Hello. Hello and welcome everyone. How are you today? Well, today I'm doing a reading for the Valentine's to bring the love flavor for February. See how we do today. And actually I brought out my True Love Tarot deck, which I haven't used in a while, actually. For those who follow my readings, I've used this for years, and I brought out the Lover's Path Tarot. And then I also brought out the Tarot Universal that Dali, and I just wanted to show you, Dali, he was a genius, but he painted himself as the Rey de Oros, which is the King of Coin, the King of Pentacles, so you can see Dali's on his throne right there. And he also painted himself as the Magician. You gotta love him. See how he did the Magician here. But the main theme of this Lovers, he loved his wife Gala very, very much. And he painted her as the Empress. And we've had a lot of number 3, Empress Venus, the Empress ruled by planet Venus, that it's been awesome. And the planet Uranus is going in the sign of Taurus within a few days, I believe, and it'll be in there for 12 years. So, and Taurus ruled by Venus, because I've been sharing that the Empress has come out for a couple years now, definitely this past year. Well, at least I'm feeling it because of the fact that she keeps coming through. And so now this Uranus, which is about independence and freedom and rebellion, and it's also its Major Arcana card is number 0, in the old ways called the Fool, but I prefer the term spiritual initiate. So it's like we have this energy, and here's Taurus, mighty Taurus, with ruled by Venus. So it's like you all can start these new beginnings and believe in a new bringing in the love factor and thinking like the Empress, male or female. We don't have gender specific here, but just and Venus, all about the love, the beauty, the family, the Empress. And we talked about my Emperor and the Two of Cups came through a couple of readings ago. The Emperor, and the Emperor and the Empress, they rule kingdoms, so they should be respected. And when you have Venus who loves her Emperor, and that Emperor loves his Empress, just like Dali. Okay, so it's like a win-win, and the kingdoms win-win because there's pure beauty and love. And this is Suzanne Boulay was an artist that I fell in love with during my college years. I loved her, I loved her, I loved her. She was Brazilian, and God bless her, she painted so many beautiful things. But she also painted many goddesses and gods, and she just did the whole gamut. She did everything. She has a very soft touch to her artwork. So this is Venus. So I just want to read. But she passed at 43, 44 from some type of cancer. It broke my heart. I really did. I cried when I heard about that, because I had this love for this female artist, as I said, for many, many years. But here's Venus. So our theme again is, let's consider this energy, and let's continue embracing it, because she keeps coming on my table. Venus is the Roman goddess of grace and love, called Aphrodite by the Greeks. She evolved from an early Italian nature goddess, a bringer of spring blooms and vines, a goddess of growth and the beauty of nature. Okay, and we'll be coming into spring here. So, well, we have, but we're going to have in March the vernal equinox. So, the goddess of desire, Venus was the irresistible personification of both physical and spiritual love. She gave her name to the second planet of dawn and dusk, as did her sister goddess Inanna, Sumerian, and Ishtar, Babylonia. And Inanna, via the Sumerians, she's like the first major goddess of all, okay? Sumerians were even before the Egyptians. And Inanna Dumuzi, I think, was her consort's, her love affair. Dumuzi, I think it's his name. I've done videos about Inanna, but she was another powerful, powerful goddess. The story of Venus's birth tells how she arose naked from the sea, the source of all life, primordial creation, and a symbol of both the collective unconscious and eternity. It is a wonderful image for the emergence of a young woman into her full femininity. Venus is a striking affirmation of the love of beauty and the pleasure of the senses. Risen from the sea, she is a guide through both the stormy and calm waters of our physical desires and emotions. Okay. So I just wanted to bring her through, and let's see what happens in today's reading. But as I mentioned, the Empress has continued to come through in many readings since over a year ago, a couple of years now. And I noticed it last year because I'm like, wow, you know, this keeps coming. And then that the Emperor with the Two of Cups in this from the same deck, I think it was the Lima deck, was fabulous. So let us see what we have here, okay? And you know, I like to work with 3 decks because I just enjoy when 2 of a kind come through with the same energies. So let's see what happens today. And happy Valentine's to all of you. I hope you have a delicious one. And for all the single folk out there, you know, take that bubble bath, you know, feel beautiful, think like a Venus. Look at that right there in my hand. Okay. Okay, so let me just take an exhale out here. Oh, okay, well, hold on. I don't want to. This card just slid, but I had my arm on it. But you know what? It did slide, so from the Dolly deck, we'll set it out there. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. Okay, and this is from my Lover's Tarot. Okay. And this couple, they're also who wrote this book are a couple there. I don't think they're married, but they've been together for many, many years. Okay. All right. All right, from the Dolly deck. Again, he was just he you know, he was not from this world. That's all I'm gonna say. He was just born very mystic. Oh, right there, look at that, right in my hand, right in my hand. Okay, let me just 2 just come right out in my hand. I like that. Okay, another one just wants to come through. We want to get a good read here. Okay, too many cards. Alrighty, and this is the Lover's Path Tarot, which it's got like a lot of lovers from ancient mythology, and another one right there. Yes. Okay. So it's a lot of, you know, like Isis and Osiris are lovers in this deck. Oh. Okay. I thought I just felt something. Okay. Final card, we got a good one. Okay, let's just go with this one. Okay, my dears. And bless all of you. If you're madly in love, beautiful, don't let those feelings go. Okay, let's start and see what we got going on. The Tower opens up with crisis. Alright, so Major Arcana card here. Alrighty, so here we have crisis. And that's kind of like letting us know that this is Major Arcana card for this is planet Mars, which is the consort of Venus. It's Venus and Mars, Aries, Emperor, Venus, Empress. But this crisis is also trying to let us know that, you know, there may be disruption going on. I'll pick up all the cards, but disruption within yourself. I don't think it's like disruption of a relationship. I just, even though this is really about relationships, this reading for Valentine's, yet I'm just feeling that this is more like it's time for us, if you know, I think it's more internalizing how you are feeling. I mean, because really, you have to love yourself first to have another just fall madly in love with you. You have to, you know, be that Empress, be that Emperor, and then that's who they fall in love with, okay? So let's keep moving, but yeah, this is a powerful card to open up the reading. But that's okay. That it's definitely telling us that, you know, there can be, really, we can say like a sexual energy going on, okay? This is very intense. And they're using the word crisis, which is usually in, excuse me, in a lot of images, you know, you have this building that's caught on fire and it's, you know, going to go down. But we can bring the firefighters out and put out the fire. Okay, so there's still a balance with this. But let's keep on going. But, you know, this is intense. This is intense energy. And I'm not saying, I don't feel that this is about leaving a partnership. This is more like internal, looking at yourself and going within. And having that, you know, like self-aware, being self-assertive. You keep going, okay? Do not give up on you. That's kind of like how I'm reading the first card here. Because after this card is the beautiful Aquarius card, the Star, okay? So you can see how quickly it just goes from this energy, this wild energy. This is like wild energy. But then here you have the beautiful star that speaks of hope, okay? So let's just keep going here. But there's some intense energy, and it really, you know, because this is like a relationship, Valentine's love reading, you know, it could be like that sexual energy too. Look at this. Now we get two major arcanas back to back. And here we have the final Major Arcana called The World, which is just beautiful, okay? You know, this is also a card that we, how does it say? It's about having boundaries, you know, and disciplines, but it's also, they call it here, consummation. You know, as the spiritual initiate, the number 0, first Major Arcana card, we go on this journey. The tarot is all about a journey and how we deal with it, our emotions, the physical work to attain from starting as a spiritual initiate and then mastering yourself, okay? Mastering yourself as a spiritual warrior. And that's kind of where we at. And here she has the trumpet in her hand. They painted it with an angel here. She's pointing to the moon and the stars, okay? So she's pointing, she's got Earth with her, obviously the world. So okay, so whatever, you know, they use the word crisis. I'll kind of use what they're trying to say here. Whatever crisis, whether it's internal or external, you see how quickly you can come to this beautiful consummation. And sometimes we got to go through something like this to attain this goal. Okay, we got to go within. We got to go through like, oh boy, I'm not getting it, or I will get it. You know, you get that strength to move on. And I never give up. I'm never going to give up. So remember, just let's keep on going. Strength. Here we have, boy, 3 Major Arcana cards. That doesn't happen quite often. Okay, and here we have Leo strength number 8, and they said understanding. Okay, and there she is with her tiger. You know, see how the benevolence she has. Here's an animal that could attack her, but she's learned to heal with this animal. She's learned to love. The animal loves her back. A ferocious animal has learned to, you know, be her pet kind of thing, kind of situation. And so that's sort of like, this is how we want to do it. See, whatever situation you might be in, that does take for you to say, oh Lordy, you know, we gotta move forward. We don't give up. We don't give up. And then here the world is saying, no, you see, when you don't give up, you're blessed. You've made it. You've earned it. And then it does take strength. But then you'll be even stronger. You see, you'll even be stronger. Because what was going down here, whether it's internal crisis, external crisis, like example, house catches on fire, but we can call 911 and get those first responders out to save the home. We got to work it. But then the universe blesses us. And it does take strength. And she's got the infinity symbol here, and it keeps on going and going. We have our ups and downs. It's called the balance. Okay? 3 Major Arcanas opening up the reading. That's beautiful. Reina de Copas. Oh, this is lovely. This is lovely. Reina de Copas is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Love has arrived for our table. Very nice. Definitely. The water sign. Beautiful. And she's usually shown pregnant because she's like the mother of the queens. Besides the Empress Venus, you know, she's the mother. She always, you know, with the babies, she's about the family, the all of that. Beautiful. I still don't understand why Dolly wanted to paint like a mustache on her, but I guess it's like him saying she's got cojones, you know, she got a pair of balls too, but she loves unconditionally. Okay, she loves her king, she loves her children, she loves her kingdom. Very nice. That's a nice vibe for this Valentine's. Okay, and again, we don't read gender specific here. We harness the energies of what the cards come through. And here we have the Queen of Love herself arrives. Now we have the swords. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the 6 of swords. So it's like a mental journey to find that intellect, to understand that there's ups and downs in life all the time. But, you know, sometimes, yes, we get what we give, but yet sometimes we can, you know, move on and have the strength to go within, because sometimes we don't want to receive things and it just happens, but it's not, you know, the end. And here we have the world saying you've made it with strength. So, and usually this card shows a person in a boat, and there's a cave with a little light in the cave. And this person is taking this journey into the cave. This person knows it has to go into the cave, into that darkness, but there's a light ahead, and not to fear. And 6s represent, you know, that peace and harmony, and the swords represent the air element of how we think. And Dahlia always put these butterflies in his images too. And there's some people here, but I'm going to take it as more as the traditional, you know, because with Dali, he's such an imaginative soul that, you know, whatever he's drawing comes straight. I read that when he was designing this deck, some of these images he drew, he did it like within less than 10 minutes. He would just pa, 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 you know. He was a master. Yes, I love Salvador Dali. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 7 of coins here. All right. 7 of earth, 7 of pentacles. And we talk about this 7 of pentacles quite often because the sevens can mean, sevens can mean spiritual challenges or spiritual victory. And usually the 7 of coins depicts a maiden by a tree, and she's trying to keep the fruit growing strong. But as I shared, Aleister Crowley calls it the failure card, and other decks call it with this negative energy. But how I try to interpret it is, you take the seeds, you plant the seeds, you're watering, the tree is growing, now it's got fruit on there, and that's coming towards that spiritual victory. But if you turn away and you let the fruit fall to the ground and, rot and you just let them rot there on the ground, then that can be considered a failure, okay? That you let that happen. You put all that effort and energy and, when you take care of plants, like I love taking care of, that's one main reason I left the condo. I miss so much having a yard. It takes a lot of energy though. Like I still can't do yard work supposedly, but if not, I can vacuum now. So I like to see it that it's a victory, a spiritual victory, because we're going to continue to water, and then we'll take that fruit, we'll put it in our basket, we'll pull out the seeds and plant some more. So it continues to be a victory, no failure. We don't walk away from something we've taken seeds to plant and water and grow. And animals, plants are like animals that you can talk to them and give them love. And I'm a tree hugger personally. I go in my little circular jungle I have out there in the front, and I hug all those trees. So we're going to call this victory with strength, okay? And there's here also, go on this journey, okay? There's a journey. And this is another thing about, hold on, let me see if I can do this here. Whoopee. This journey that we're going on, we don't know where it's taking us. It's spirit taking us, okay? Spirit is taking us on this journey. And we're going into this dark cave, and who knows what's in the cave, right? But that's why we have to give it up to spirit. And when we believe in them, they take care of us, okay? So that's why it's importante to, when you awaken to spirituality, you're not in charge, okay? You are definitely not in charge. But you can align and harness the energies, and that's what we want to do. But we show spirit that I believe in you, and even with this opening up with the Tower card, I'm going to keep moving no matter what happens in strength, and believe in spirit, and I'm going to attain spiritual victory, okay? And there's a lot of love with this queen here, and we're embracing the Venus energy. So it's mastering yourself through love, mastering yourself. Ooh, look at this, how lovely. How lovely. For Valentine's reading, the Queen of Love and the King of Love come through together. Well, that's very, very beautiful. Now we can put a storyline to it that these two individuals become kings and queens of a kingdom to aid their people. And these two are very much loved. The Water King and the Water Queen are very much loved because they exude that love to their people, okay? They're not there to put their people in chains and work hard for us to have gold. No, they give back to their people. They're well admired. They're loved. They are loved as the king and queen of their kingdom. So isn't this lovely? This is really nice for harnessing. I brought my I love you pillow. Yes. So this is beautiful. Okay, so it's like saying, yeah, here we have it. Okay, and this is like the mother of the queens and the father of the kings, because they exude that love for their family, for their kingdom. They are totally, this is wonderful, beautiful. And they too can have gone, through much harshness, but at the end they win. They're victorious because so many people adore them, and their own children adore them. She's always shown pregnant as well, like Venus in images, because she is the mother and he is the father. Very beautiful. They exude love, you know. The cups is all about that love. Like the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Water is the love card. That's very nice that has come through. Okay, 8 of Coins. Well, this is fun too. So we were just talking about the 7 of Coins, how sometimes can be related to, excuse me, a spiritual challenge or failure because you let the fruit, you know, rot on the ground, or that victory. And then here we have the 8 of Coins, 8 of Pentacles, saying, you know what? I took that fruit to the market that I picked from my tree, made some coin with it, because the coins, the pentacles, it's about the plata, the money, and I'm doing pretty well. People love my fruit now, so the fruition begins. Now people are asking me to, you know, grow some more. I'm going to get a farm. I'm going to grow the fruit that everybody's loving. See how beautiful? So I like to consider this card always as spiritual victory. Okay, but like I said, some people, but it's that balance of challenges, and hey, when you, especially when you're starting with seeds, right, it takes time. It's not something you water and it blooms and it fruits, and hey, it's about taking that time. Okay, you can't right, have a tree grow in a day. So, but that's wonderful. It's like the reading is saying, put the seeds in the earth, water it, tend to it, embrace it. Don't let the fruit fall to the ground. You pick it, harvest it when it's nice, and more future coin is coming. Wow, we have oh, look at this. Okay, now this is interesting, but we have Venus herself as the Queen of Arrows, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Air element. Okay, you know, I've had this deck for a while, but I don't use it very much. This Lover's Path Tarot, I only use it for doing love kind of readings, energies. So I don't think this Venus card has come through, and if it has, I just really, as a queen, because, you know, I'm always talking about her as the Empress, but here in this deck, they've highlighted Venus as the Queen of Air, of Swords, intellectual. Beautiful. Isn't this wonderful? This is nice. To harness Venus comes through on the table with the Queen and King of Love themselves. This is nice energy right here. This is good for a Valentine's reading. This is like what we kind of want to feel, and ourselves too, when we meet the right person and we have this bond and this love affair. And for those of you married and in love and with beautiful children, more power to you. Teach your children. That's mainly, I don't want to flip this beautiful energy I have in my hand, but so many, you know, parents, or, you know, let me just say it like this. So many children are being raised by a single parent. You know, there's not too much that mother-father figure bond. But here it's on the table, like, yes, we can have this, okay? We can have it. And having that partnership, and, you know, again, we don't read gender specific, and many people now are, you know, LBGT in the respect they're having, you know, they have their children, but they love each other. It's about love. You know, whoever you love, and you can raise those children with lots of love, it's always going to be a win-win, because you're raising a child to an adult who understands what love is, okay? And that's what we need in this world, because sad to add, many children raised without, you know, a couple, a mother or father figure, and they feel lost. You know, I sense that a lot. in some of these shows I watch, that and that leads some of these children to go down the wrong path because they didn't have the love. And that's, love is the most wondrous energy there is. But here we have the king and queen of love and Venus herself. We'll have to read from the little book about this Venus, because I don't recall this card being in this deck of Venus. I'm sure that I knew there'd be a Venus in this deck, but I didn't realize she was tagged as the Queen of Arrows. So that's kind of wild. Oh, and here we have Dali with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 of Wands. Okay, so he doesn't put numbers on it, so I have to count it. But there's 10 of Wands, and there's, again, that transformation butterfly. He always has many butterflies or moths, whatever you want to call them. So it's all about that transformation. Here he kind of made himself, his profile. That's his profile right there. But speaking about, that's transformation time. And you see the wands, the fire, the passionate energy. 10 is that transcendence number. You've planted those seeds. You didn't let the fruit, go rotten. You did it. You're going there. And you're working with spirit. Because this passionate energy also speaks that you work with spirit as well. Okay, the invisible intelligence is with you and wants you to succeed and wants you to believe. And you see, it's like Dali painted himself here like he is the invisible intelligence, and he's trying to say, yes, job well done, keep going. Because if you have that passion, that fire, it's meant to be. It's in your soul, it's in your heart. It consumes you. You know what to do. And like Dali, he's one of a kind. He's a master, born to do what he did. Little on the egomaniac side, but he's brilliant. That's why he can be. But he was a lover. He loved. He was a lover. Wonderful. Okay, so don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't ever give up. Put that passionate energy into, projects or your relationships, especially your children. Tell them every day you love them. It's a win-win. You raise loving children, they become loving parents, they become loving people. They exude the energy. Okay? Well, let me just go to this card just to see what the Queen of Arrows has to say here with Venus. And this is kind of unique, but I'm happy about it. Okay, Queen of Arrows. And here they have Venus here. Queen of Arrows. The keywords are brilliance, honesty, wisdom. Wisdom in matters of the heart. Self-knowledge. Brilliance in writing and speaking. Okay, writing, speaking, and speaking is obviously how the intellectual writes. Okay, so that's kind of it. And then it goes into the reverse, which I'm not going to read about it. But so there she is, and she looks kind of relaxed in how she's feeling and working it. So I just sense that she really is trying to tell us. And so here I brought out, Venus herself to talk about that brilliance that she has. And the brilliance can be that love shine that she delivers us, okay? So, just, and remember that we were just reading about the story of Venus, how she rose naked from the sea, and about that creative energy. And sometimes, it's like even babies coming out of the birth canal. It's like that kind of feeling. You go through a lot, and God bless the mothers who, have these children as well. It's a huge physical, but it's a desire and it's emotional. It's what you want. Okay, so beautiful. We have harnessed the Venus energy here, and I'm happy for that. Okay, I'm really happy for that. And I just sense that everything here is on its way. It's like it started, we opened with that Tower card, And I just sense that sometimes we gotta have that oomph, you know, to get projects started or to get something done, or let's say even if for some of you are exiting a relationship, but here you come and they bring you the love of your life, okay? You're older now, you're wiser, you don't just, you know, you're waiting for that beautiful soul to come to your side, and let the universe guide you. And here's the universe right here, you know, saying yes, and they painted it with a angel. You know, yes, we want the best for you. We want you to have that world, you know, to have all that you have desired in positive ways, you know. And it is about having that loving feeling, and then strength comes into play. 3 major arcanas, that's pretty cool, really. It really is. That doesn't happen a lot. And here we have, you know, that tiger, Leo, 8, strength. And so don't give up on you, okay? Don't give up. And if you're going into the dark cave, just keep on, let that spirit, because usually you see spirit is working the rudder of the boat. Just give it up to spirit, okay? Give it up to spirit. Don't deny yourself. And here also, don't let the fruit, you know, gain that harvest. Don't let the fruit rot to the ground. You started it with your seed. You put the effort. You keep going. And then look at keep going brings satisfaction in making the coin as well. Okay, so don't give up on you ever. And here we have the beautiful Queen and King of Love is here. That's wonderful. You see, it's like they didn't give up when their castle was on fire. Let's say it like that. They came out victorious, okay? And they're well loved. And that's the energy we would love to see, is that they are admired, they are loved. And I'm just curious, who is this Mark? Let's see who this King of Cups is. They call him Mark. So let's just see who he is. Okay, because now this is about supposedly true energies, or, you know, situations that are in written about. So let me just see who the king is. Why did they call him Mark? Okay, well, let me just read the Queen, because this is so beautiful with the Queen of Love. Okay, so the Queen of Cups, keywords are soulfulness, emotional inspiration, receptivity, emotional mastery of all the suit of cups represents art, beauty, intimacy, love, seductive emotions, the ability to express love and to nurture others. Like I mentioned, she's the mother of the queens. She loves her children. She, as I mentioned, like Venus, usually shown pregnant, okay? And the King of Cups, his keywords are practical artistry, mastery, emotional wisdom, learning from love relationships, ability to live up to ideals and dreams, emotional maturity, wisdom and integrity. Someone who symbolizes these forces, okay? Again, I wish they would have told us why they called him Mark. Okay. All right, my darlings. Well, I think I'm going to shut it down like that. I was thinking about bringing my runes up, but I didn't want to change the vibe. If something like this happened and it came through with the King and Queen of Love and showing that don't give up on you. Keep on going, okay? There's crisis every day, but we take that strength and we keep on. And don't place those seeds on the ground and water your beautiful trees and pick that fruit and enjoy it, okay? Have that passionate energy to go to that transcendence. And Venus came through here as the Queen of Intellect, so we kind of are happy about it. And I hope you all have a fabulous Valentine's Day. Give hugs to the ones you love. And for those single ones out there, don't give up on you. Give yourself a huge hug. You know, take a bubble bath. Go buy yourself something fun. Go ride your bike. Get outside. Okay? But Love. Love is the greatest gift of all, isn't it? Love. I love you all, my darlings. Have a wonderful Valentine's. And take care and hug your children and hug your lovers. Ciao.